All right, welcome back, everybody. Another fantastic fucking episode of Sarcasm Speaks. Bob and Jared here. Sans Dickey. We're playing a day game today. Wrigley.
Yep.
Little bit of drizzle. Fresh off a fucking shit round of golf.
Everyone got their ass kicked.
Yeah, it was
like proportionally, everyone got their ass kicked.
Yeah. Like by no means did I expect to play well because Sharon is a really tough course. But I shot a 52. At Sharon, only playing 9 holes. Only 9 holes, guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm pissed about 52.
This isn't the fucking
But I don't know. I was hoping for at least like a 48, and I know that's really only a 3-shot difference, but the way I played was pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Like I said, a 48 would have been good, and I ended up with a 52. But I don't know. I just couldn't figure it out. Didn't have it today. Also, I mean. It's fall time now, so the weather normally has to cooperate. So I literally the last 3 weeks I've only played once a week, versus like over the summer when I was playing 3 or 4 times a week.
So even myself, it was like I played 9 yesterday, 9 today.
Mm-hmm.
Which then the last time I played was the Friday before, which was 10 because of rain.
Yep.
And I didn't play since the Saturday before that, so I went Saturday to Friday, Friday to Tuesday, and then I played another 9. It's like,
yeah,
as you saw, like my last 3 tee shots were actually pretty good,
right.
Which is something I'm working on. Like I go to the range and I'm working on all this shit, and then it's like you can't put it together.
Yeah.
Because it's like there's something wrong. Like I'm fucking retarded, and I know. Oh, I hit it great on the range. And it's like I'm not saying I hit it great on the range,
right.
But I see one thing on the range, and I get to the course and it's something different. It's like,
yeah,
fuck me. How the fuck am I supposed to figure this shit out? Because I had a tournament rained out last Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Did that get rescheduled?
It did. I'm not gonna play. I'm gonna play with our accountant that day.
Yeah.
Our accountant. He's your accountant.
My accountant.
Your accountant, my client.
Yeah. Right now, the only thing I can fucking hit is driver and the 56. Other than that, I can't fucking make a shot to save my life. Even the putter, my putter's cooled off. All year, I've been fucking great putting, and the last 2-3 weeks maybe, so 2 to 3 rounds, the putter's just cooled off. Which now that I say that, hey, what happens when you only play once a week? The putter fucking
it's the small stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny, the rain, weather, all that shit. It makes the greens very inconsistent.
Yeah.
Because some are wetter than others, and there's nothing you can do. It's not like, you know, they fucking fuck up.
Right.
Just some get more wet, some get more sun, some get more wind, and it's just like when I started fucking freaking out on the 8th hole.
Yeah.
It's like I had like a 40-foot putt, and I left it like halfway.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, honestly, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
But...
And you had a downhill putt, too.
Well, it was downhill, and I know that putt's fast. So I'm like, all right, well, let me give it a little bit extra. But, once
you would have had to hit something that would have made you feel uncomfortable.
That green, well, it's not even that, but that green was wetter than other greens. And it's like...
But that's what I mean.
I'm not grading the amount of dew.
Like the putt that you would have had to hit, like coming off of the putter face, would have had you be like, oh boy, that's too much.
Yeah, and I still would have been short, even if it was say the dew was consistent to what I thought it was gonna be. I still would have hit the ball short, but it might have been like 4 feet short. At least I have a chance of making that.
15.
Yeah, not like fucking. I got it like halfway.
Yeah.
You fucking loser.
Yeah.
I was pissed too, cause yeah, I shot 6 over. I'm like, this is so bad. I am playing so fucking bad right now. So fucking bad.
Yeah, all the way around. It wasn't a great day. So,
my handicap keeps moving up. People are gonna start giving me strokes.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I couldn't hit any fucking iron to save my life, so whatever. I got a problem.
I have a lot of problems.
I got a problem with people in general, mostly the sports people.
Okay.
Why the fuck? So I understand where this term comes from. It's actually not specific just to 2020 and COVID. It actually is like it has a definition to it. But so I understand why, like where the quote like new normal comes from. But why the fuck now all of a sudden is this being applied to everything everywhere? And the one thing, because you see it everywhere, and I understand, like I said, I understand where it comes from, talking about like economics and society and things like that. Like it actually is a textbook definition. Like if you Google new normal, it comes up in the dictionary as a time following an economic downturn. So like there was a new normal after the Great Depression. There was a new normal after whatever happened in the 70s, like the depression of the recession in the 70s.
I'm good with the term outside of like textbook because it makes sense. Like
right.
So like 9/11 happened.
Right. We had a new normal.
had a new normal because
right.
But why it has to? So if you're getting at why does it have to be declared new normal?
And why does everything it's
well why
it's
does everything
seeping,
have why did everything have to be phased?
Right.
Phase 1.
Why
phase
does
two,
everything have to be political?
Phase that. Phase this. Phase this.
Nothing used to always. Everything is political now. How you put your fucking shoes on is political. But anyway, it's getting into the sports world, and this is where it's aggravating the shit out of me. Because you have sports world and sports coverage that's talking about, well, this is just the new normal. So you had last week, the first time, well, not the first time, but one of the times I heard it to really, the first time pissed me off, was they're talking about Dak Prescott going down for the Cowboys. So now Andy Dalton's the quarterback. They're like, oh, the Cowboys have to adjust to their new normal with Andy Dalton.
Oh, so
what?
This is a pet peeve.
What?
Just using the term as a
yeah,
pet peeve.
Fuck off. And then they're talking about another thing I heard was Patriots coverage
the new normal
talking about
Tom Brady.
Cam Newton. Well, yeah, I guess prior, they were like, oh, this is the new normal for the team without Tom Brady. And then Cam got COVID, and they're like, well, this is the new normal in the NFL where players could get COVID. And it's like, what? And then they're moving all the schedule. They're playing fucking Tetris with the NFL schedule. They're like, well, this is just the new normal. The NFL is going to have to adjust to. This is what's going to happen. Shut the fuck up. Stop calling everything the new normal. Just stop.
If we're bitching about sports, can I pivot really quick?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
To any of you that are not a Patriots fan,
Yeah.
Any of you. If you're gonna ask me about the Patriots, listen to my fucking answer. So I had a call the other night, and someone goes, "Bob, what's up with those Patriots?" I go, "Yeah, man, it's almost like we're just like the rest of you now."
Yeah.
And then like, whoa. And they're like, yeah, that Brady guy looks pretty good in Tampa. I go, yeah, I know. It sucks because he kind of like, wore out his welcome here in the last 2 years. They go, oh, I go, no, fucking motherfucker. Yeah. Like, first of all, you fucking asked. Right. Second of all, he fucking did. If you live in a different part of the country, so if you're a 49ers fan that lives in Massachusetts, you probably still know what's going on with Tom Brady. Right. But if you live in Charleston, South Carolina, where you don't even have a team, you might be a college fan, you might not be. I don't fucking know.
Bok.
But like,
no shots.
Bok, big cocks, let's go. But that's the thing is like, I'm like, well, dude, you weren't fucking here.
Right.
Like, that's the thing is like, I'm making fun of Brady a little bit because it's like, obviously, do you want to get rid of him as the quarterback? No, but what Tom Brady became,
he did wear out his welcome.
We were ready to move on from. It's like
last season was borderline unbearable. I'm not saying it was. Like I said, it was borderline.
Yeah, but then you say something like that, and like, oh, Pats fan must be not a Super Bowl. I'm like, okay, but like, so because we won Super Bowls in the past, we're not allowed to make a realistic,
right,
like, commentary on the team.
Right. We sat here again. I say it all the time. Go back and listen to the tape. We talk shit about Tom Brady probably right about now, right about October of 2019. Go back and listen to the shows. All we were doing was ripping Brady because all he did was talk shit about his rookie wide receivers. Oh, I can't throw on the ball. Can't trust him. That was like his whole fucking thing.
And I'm telling the guys, I go, well, he didn't want to come to OTAs. He didn't want to do anything in the offseason. But he also didn't want to throw to guys that he wasn't on the same page with. How the fuck is that possible?
Well, how do you get on the same page with guys? You got to go to OTAs. You got to go to
But
practices.
in Tampa, he's breaking quarantine and he's at high schools and he's throwing with the guys. So it's like the Tom Brady of those 2 years was not a fit anymore. It just wasn't a fit. And it's like, yeah, I sound fucking spoiled because we won 6 Super Bowls, but if I can't critique Tom Brady, that just makes me a Dallas Cowboys fan who's living in the 90s.
Yeah.
Which they get fucking crushed too.
Yeah.
They get crushed because they haven't been relevant. Or, I mean, they haven't been relevant. They haven't even threatened anything since the mid-90s.
I was going to say the closest they got was at like 06 or 07. They made it to the NFC Championship
What,
game.
when Romo fumbled the ball?
Yeah.
or when Dez caught it.
Yeah.
Like they keep like that's the thing. They keep getting fucked in the playoffs, whether it's themselves or not.
Right.
But they haven't been relevant. So it's like they talk about the '90s. Oh, living in the '90s. And then I try to critique the current day Patriots. It's like, well, you won 6 Super Bowls. Like, what the fuck is it? Can I live in the past or not? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do here?
Right.
Like, honest to God, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, give me a fucking work with me here. And it's like because we the team I root for won 6 Super Bowls, I'm not allowed to critique them, or I'm not allowed to make an accurate assessment of where they're at.
Right.
And if I say the entire offense is terrible and you scoff at me, it's like why?
Right.
The offense is terrible.
It's a fact.
Which actually, now that the coach's tape has come out of that Broncos game, not pretty.
No, not good. There was a bunch of guys that were open.
Not pretty on cam. But
I looked at, because we both follow Matt Chatham
Yeah.
on Twitter, and I looked at a bunch of stuff that Matt Chatham posted.
yeah, Greg Bedard actually broke it down too.
Yeah.
And N'Keal Harry. So again, I know as a Patriots fan, I'm well aware it's N'Keal Harry's fault alone because he was drafted in the first round.
Yeah.
It's only his fault
Right.
that they're 2-3 right now.
DK Metcalf would have saved
DK Metcalf, they'd be 5-0 with DK Metcalf.
Yeah,
They'd be 5-0 with AJ Brown too.
He'd be catching
That's
balls
just
with
stats.
his feet.
That's just stats.
Yeah.
DK Metcalf's team is 5-0. AJ Brown's team is 5-0.
Yeah.
Never mind JJ Arcega-Whiteside, who was taken before Metcalf.
Yeah.
Could be stuck with that guy. I know it's only N'Keal Harry's fault that they're 2-3,
100%.
and it's only because he was drafted in the first round. If he was drafted 7 picks later, no. When did they take him? I don't even know what number they took him.
Yeah, was it 27?
No, was he the last pick? Because that was after the Super Bowl year.
Oh,
Was he number 32?
Maybe.
So if he was drafted 1 pick later, I know they'd be fucking 5-0, but
Yeah.
they
I
won the
think it
18
was-
because they won the 18 Super Bowl.
Yeah, because the year before was Sony Michel and Isaiah Wynn, and that's the year they won the Super Bowl.
No,
Michel was a rookie, wasn't he?
I'm sorry, they won with Michelle. Yes.
Yeah.
I was because when they drafted
So
Wynn,
it was the following draft
Yeah.
was N'Keal Harry, so it would have been following the Super Bowl.
so he must have been number 32. Oh God, he's Canadian. I
N'Keal
didn't
Harry?
know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Was he number 32? Yeah, so he was 32 overall.
Yeah.
So if he was picked 2 picks later, it'd be fine, and everything would be great. But because he was a first round pick, and Nick Chubb went 1 pick later. No, that's right. He was the year before.
Yeah.
But he was the first pick in the second round. But I know it's his fault. It's only his fault, and it's only because he was drafted in the first round. But man, he is getting open. The ball's not going to him.
Right.
And then here's another thing. So I don't know if again, I'm a fucking huge dickhead. I know that. I really do. But I watched that Broncos game.
Yeah.
And I go, N'Keal Harry had 2 targets, and one Cam completely missed them.
Mm-hmm.
What is the harm of throwing it to him 7 or 8 times?
Right.
What's the problem? He might not catch it,
Yeah.
as opposed to what happened on Sunday.
Yeah, as opposed to Julian Edelman not being
Oh,
able
what's
find the ball.
seriously? What's gonna happen every time you throw it to N'Keal Harry? It's gonna get picked. That doesn't happen. Even Nathan Peterman only threw 5 picks.
Yeah.
Not every
Right.
ball gets picked.
Right.
Just throw at him.
Right. Well,
That's the thing. No one knows if he can make a fuck. All I hear is he can't make a play. Can't make a play. Can't make a play. Can't make a play. You don't fucking throw him the ball. How the fuck is he supposed to make a play?
so the whole thing.
And I don't know. He might not be good. He might suck. He might be a bust. He might. I don't know. It's too fucking early. He doesn't even have a season of experience.
Right.
And because he missed the first 8 weeks, he played the last 8 weeks, still a little limited, and this is a fucking COVID year. How's that fucking going? They didn't practice for 3 fucking weeks.
Yeah.
Must be going really well for developing a young wide receiver, which they suck at anyway.
So
And then
the
I hear
whole thing
Devin
of him
Asiasi.
coming in was
doesn't
that
have any
he
targets.
fights for the ball. That was his whole thing.
But I keep hearing
Coming out of Arizona
he
State.
doesn't.
Yeah.
But he doesn't based on the fact that they don't throw at him. How the fuck is he supposed to fight for the ball? If you throw at him 7 times, what if he fights and grabs 3 of them? But right now they're only waiting for him to be fucking wide open, still not throwing at him. And I'm not completely blaming Cam. I'm really just defending Harry that we still don't know yet. And I don't know how long you want to take to write off a wide receiver. Maybe 2 years, 2 full seasons.
Probably.
Maybe 3. I don't know. What's a fair time to write off a first round pick?
I feel like if they've done nothing by the end of the second season, as a first round pick, that's a bust.
By the end of the second season, if they've done nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. So at the end of this current year, he will only have a year and a half of quote unquote experience.
Right.
Because he missed the first half.
Right.
And if you're not patient enough for that, then good. Go fucking whatever. I don't care.
Right.
But he has until halfway through next season. But the thing is, how the fuck are we supposed to know if he does? If everyone says he doesn't fight for the ball, he's supposed to fight for the ball, but he doesn't. Well, how many fucking opportunities does he have to fight for the fucking ball?
Yeah.
None. He like misses one, got held on the way up, didn't get the call, and everyone's like, oh, can't fight for the ball.
So the one thing that you always have to, you do have to keep going back and reminding yourself that he doesn't even have a full year of experience. And I know I'm cherry picking here, but Danny Amendola's first year on the team, he fucking blew it.
And he was hurt.
Stephon Gilmore's first year on the team, he got
benched.
He got benched.
Yeah, he got benched by week 5.
So
and then made the play in the AFC Championship game.
Right. So it does take time. I'm trying to.
Derrick Henry was not good.
His
first 2 years.
Right.
And he didn't start, so I got you. He didn't start. But
it took Eddie George calling him a pussy for.
But that's because but he couldn't beat out DeMarco Murray.
Right.
And DeMarco Murray was good, but he couldn't beat him out for 2 years.
DeMarco Murray was also in the back nine of his career at that point.
I know, you're still producing though. Crazy.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some other guys that kind of pop. Well, I mean, you could even make the argument about Isaiah Wynn. Isaiah Wynn is, I mean, granted he was hurt in his first year.
Hurt in his first year, and then did he play tackle last? No, he played.
He played well last year.
He played guard. What position did he play?
He played tackle last year.
And then Newhouse was his replacement because he got hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this year, until the Broncos game, Isaiah Wynn and Joe Thuney are your best linemen on the field. Granted, there have been some other injuries and stuff like that, but listening to like Greg Bedard and all those guys, I think Bedard had Isaiah Wynn rated as the number 1 lineman on the team, again, prior to the Denver game. The Denver game was really bad for him. I mean, he was fighting through a calf injury, but whatever.
What the fuck was the line supposed to do, though? Because Denver just said, we're coming at you.
Right.
And I thought it was because all I heard from fucking all day Monday, because the coach's film comes out Tuesday, all I heard all day Monday, no one can get open, no weapons, no one can get open, no one can get open. Then the coach's film comes out and actually, you know what? Motherfuckers were open and Cam couldn't hit them. Again, I'm not fucking completely blaming Cam because he had 1 practice in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That's fucking hard to come back from.
Yeah.
It is. But, my fucking lord, stop blaming the fucking receivers.
I'm trying to think of some other guys that didn't. Devin McCourty came back.
He was horrible his second year.
He had a very good rookie season as a corner.
Horrible.
He was so bad as a corner in his second year, they moved him to safety, and now he's been one of the top safeties in the league.
Pat Chung. He had to leave here.
Yeah. He left, went to Philly, came back. When he came back from Philly, he was unfucking believable.
So the only thing, though, is I know they
label him. It takes a little bit of time.
They label him when he gets that first round label.
Yeah.
Even though they could have taken him 2 picks later, and it would have been like, oh, second round.
Right.
Just another second round receiver.
Yeah.
I don't know. It takes a minute for some of these guys.
Yeah, I mean, look at Baker Mayfield. I mean, granted, he's a number 1 overall pick, and you say what you want. He's a pretty polarizing guy.
You're going to say that he's good?
I'm going to say that he's better than people thought last year. So he had
last year was a very bad year.
He had an okay to good rookie season.
If you want to define sophomore slump.
Last year was pretty bad, and now this year, he looks at least halfway decent again.
Until last week, when he played a real team.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, no. Obviously, quarterbacks take a second to develop, but like, I don't know. I'm just so sick of all the fucking yahoos around here. And I don't know. Maybe it's because I sit here and watch Florida State and fucking torture myself. So at first with like the Patriots, a lot of us did remember the bad times, but now a lot of the fucking people kind of have forgotten the bad times, and they only remember the 20 years that were good.
Right.
Like that will never fucking happen to any other franchise again. No fucking way.
There's been no other franchise. It's been the closest thing you'll get
Steelers.
is I was gonna say the Spurs.
Oh yeah, no, a different sport, yeah. But even the Spurs,
they only won 5.
How many max deals do you?
Or did they win 6? They went 6 in like 16 years or something. Like,
they might have won 5.
They had a big span.
I think they won like 90, 97, 99, 03, 05, and then was it one with Kawhi?
Yeah, was that 11?
Maybe 11 or 12 or something.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Something like that.
They have 5.
Or maybe 13.
They have-
Maybe it was the last time LeBron made it with the Heat.
Yeah, they have 5 over 14-ish, 15 years.
Something like that.
The Pats have 6 over
But
20.
If you think about the Spurs, it's like, well, so obviously Hall of Fame coach, that helps. Did Duncan ever make like a quote unquote max contract?
Honestly, I don't know.
And
I didn't
especially-
follow basketball.
I don't think they
closely
existed
enough.
back then.
Yeah.
And then, by the time Ginobili, Parker, and Duncan would have been up for what you would call a max deal, they were too old.
Right.
And then they drafted Kawhi,
Right.
so it just kind of worked that way. Like, Brady took so many fucking team-friendly deals that's why
Yeah.
he could not only be here for 20 years, but also you could sign other players.
Basketball is a weird sport though too, because you can go over the salary cap to sign your guys. If
Your
have
own
bird,
guys.
your bird rights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, outside of
No, but you're not going to see it again. So now people are like, they're just so unrealistic about everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I just don't know. And it's like, again, everyone's a talent evaluator, and maybe I'm going too far in defense of N'Keal Harry, but it's because people are too far ready to sell him off.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't sell him off yet.
If you had to choose,
He could also turn into A.J. Jenkins or John Baldwin.
yeah. So if you had to choose as a sports fan, would you rather a team like the Patriots that kicks around every year and has a solid chance to win, but then maybe sometimes we'll get there and then have heartbreak?
I got a better example.
Or would you rather follow a team like, I'm just using local examples here, like the Red Sox, that win it one year, then they're the worst team in the league the next year, and then 2 years later they win it again, and then they're bottom of the league again, and then they win it again, and then they're back to middlers, and then they win it, and then they're back to the bottom. And now this year, 2 years ago, they won a World Series, and this year they were the laughing stock in the league. If you were, as a sports fan, would you rather the yo-yo team that literally goes from first to last every other year? Or would you rather be the Patriots that is always in the top of the league, is roughly the same amount of wins? The Red Sox have won 4, the Patriots have won 6. I mean, obviously 6 is bigger than 4, I'm not fucking stupid, but it's pretty close. But, we also had some pretty bad losses in there as the Patriots, and we've had those frustrating years where it's like, they can pull it off, and then they don't.
Yeah.
Or would you rather have a team, like I said, like the Red Sox, where this year you're like, I don't even have to watch the Red Sox this year because they're so bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, because if you keep it to football, because obviously baseball becomes a fucking joke, it would be like, would you rather be the Steelers or the 49ers?
Mm-hmm.
Where the Steelers are borderline good every year.
Yep.
Or at least like a borderline playoff team every year, but the 49ers dip.
Right.
And it's like they had their dynasty, and then it's like, now it's like they're down for a while, got to a Super Bowl, came back down, back to a Super Bowl. They look down this year. It's just not fun. Yeah. It's really just not fun. You want a team that can you want a team that's built to or I guess you want a franchise that's built just to withstand, because you can say year in, year out, the Steelers are going to threaten something.
Right. Even when the Steelers are bad, they'll be 10-6 and fighting for a playoff.
Yeah, or it's like they've had a couple 9-7s, but again, so there's a little bit of a way. It can't be perfect all the time.
Yeah.
You can't be the Patriots for those 20 years. It's just not realistic.
Right.
But they're always going to be relevant. Whereas sometimes it's the Niners are completely irrelevant.
Right.
Like Florida State right now, completely
right.
irrelevant.
What was that? 3 years ago, they went 2-14. That's how they got Bosa.
The Niners?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were bad.
Yeah.
Very bad.
But so 3 years ago was 2017, and then 4 years before that they were in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So in 4 years you went from in the Super Bowl to the number 2 overall pick.
Yeah.
Talk about a roller coaster.
Yeah, not pretty.
Yeah, and then last year, so 3 years ago they had the number 2 overall pick, and then this past year they were in the Super Bowl again.
Yeah.
So that is literally, that is the fucking yo-yo effect.
But then it's like, this year might not
right,
be there.
right.
I don't know, but yeah, no, I'd like for them to turn into like a consistent team where you can pencil them in to really kind of be a borderline playoff team. One bad injury takes you out of the mix, but it is what it is.
Right, right. Well, I mean, we saw that last year in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they lost Roethlisberger.
They lost Roethlisberger and they sucked.
Yep.
So.
But that's okay because like if you have like
that's at least you can swallow that one.
Yeah, because you know what happens? You
And be
suck it
like-
up for 1 year. I don't know
Right.
who they got in the draft, but
Yeah, I don't know either.
they might not even have. Oh, they didn't have a pick, so they gave it to Minka Fitzpatrick.
Oh, true.
So, but they had a early on pick.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're not awesome for 1 year because your quarterback got hurt. You get a good draft pick. Your quarterback comes back. It's go time.
Right.
That's not bad for one season. It happens, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that's where you don't want to be the you don't want to be Philly.
No. Oh yeah, that's another really good example. Talk about a yo-yo team.
But it's not even like a yo-yo. It's like for 4 years they were conference championship and Super Bowl, and then it's like you never know if they can even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they won the Super Bowl in 17.
Yeah.
But like they're terrible now.
They're a joke now. They're so bad.
But it's like next year they could make a run. It's just like
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I would prefer being a Steelers fan too. Like being a team that's at least kicking around every year.
Yeah.
Because then it's exciting. Because again, I use the Red Sox just because they're Boston, but having a year where your team is the laughing stock of the league is well, this fucking blows. I'm not even.
It's hard to sit there and know you're gonna fucking get.
How do you sit there and be a Jets fan? The Jets are bad every year, but how do you honestly sit there and be okay with being a Jets fan?
That's like I don't
a
even.
team. It's not even fun to watch.
I don't even watch Florida State Clemson. I already know what's gonna happen.
This year, obviously the Patriots haven't been as good as in the past, but outside of the Denver game, at least they've been fun to watch. They've been halfway decent,
Okay.
But imagine being a Jets fan and you have to sit through that every week.
No, it's again, it's when Florida State plays Clemson. I already know the result.
Right.
Don't even play the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
45-3 is the score.
Yeah.
And that's because Trevor Lawrence scored fucking 35 in the first quarter and a half.
Well, I got a really, really interesting headline that I came across the other day as I was flipping through Twitter. This is really fucking hilarious. The headline says, "Naked teen covered in ranch dressing crashes at Kansas gas station," sheriff says. So I'll give you a second to paint that picture in your imagination.
Do I have to?
A teenage boy who was naked and covered in ranch dressing crashed a vehicle at a Kansas gas station early Saturday morning. The disturbance was reported to 911 around 3:30 a.m. at the Petro Deli convenience store, the Shawnee County Sheriff's Office. A 17-year-old male was naked and under the influence of a substance.
Oh, no shit.
Oh, you think?
Oh, really?
He covered himself in ranch dressing, damaged property inside of a business, ran outside, jumped into a running vehicle, and then crashed into a nearby pillar.
So what drug do you think it was? I gotta say acid, right?
I mean, it's gotta be either acid or bath salts or something.
Yeah, or PCP.
Yeah, something fucking wild. Where you just... Also, alright, here's a good question. Where do you find that much ranch dressing? That you can cover your entire body. That's multiple bottles of ranch dressing, right?
It's so gross. So gross. Oh.
That's a lot of ranch dressing. Unless you have one of those, the industrial size, you would have at a college, with the big pump thing. Yeah. You just, imagine you just unspin it and just hold it above your head and just dump it all over your body.
That's gotta be such a bad smell in the police station too.
So it doesn't give specifics, but it says he was naked, covered in ranch dressing. So I'm assuming, by the way it's written, He covered himself in ranch dressing, got in the car, drove to the convenience store, got out, fucked up the convenience store, then got back in the car and crashed his car into a nearby pillar. Like, that's what I'm gathering from this.
Could he found the ranch dressing at the convenience store?
Potentially.
Like, gotten in the car naked, went to the convenience store, took every bottle of ranch dressing, dumped it all over himself.
That also could be it too.
Then got back in the car and crashed it. What do you think he went to the convenience store for? Probably the ranch
Ranch
dressing.
dressing. I don't know, probably get some Takis. Maybe he ate too many Takis and his mouth was hot, so he needed ranch dressing.
So gross.
That's a lot of fucking drugs. Like, you gotta be on a crazy amount of fucking drugs.
That's fucked up. That is so fucked up. It's so gross, dude. Fucking, obviously, also, I don't like fucking ranch dressing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, blue cheese all the way.
I don't like any of those. Like, I like Caesar, but I don't know, blue cheese and ranch dressing. Like, those types of creamy dressings,
Yeah.
They don't do it for me.
So it says, deputies took the boy into custody. He was then taken to a local hospital and later released to his parents. We're happy to report that no one was injured during the incident.
Good God.
How fucked up would you have to be to cover yourself in like a condiment?
No, so gross. So fucking gross. I mean, and it's like, I like certain condiments, but like, I don't like, that's the thing, is like, I would have to be like,
If you had to cover yourself in a like you have to cover yourself in a condiment, which one would it be?
I don't know, I think the only one I could tolerate might be barbecue sauce. That would get sticky. I don't know, but like,
Yeah.
I'm not covering myself in hot sauce. No
Absolutely
fucking way.
not. That shit gets in your eyes. Oh
Yeah.
God.
Definitely not hot sauce. Definitely not any type of mustard.
No, because that also would fuck up you with your eyes and
Yeah.
shit.
I think my answer is barbecue sauce.
Yeah, ketchup is kind of just gross.
Ketchup's one of those things.
It has like a weird thing for me. Like
I gotta be in like some kind of mood to eat ketchup. Like, I used to
I
eat a
agree.
lot when I was a kid.
yeah,
There's something about it now.
it's almost like it's very. I think it's the vinegar to me. Like
Yeah,
when I
it's
can
like-
taste the vinegar in it, it's like it's not that good.
And like sometimes in the morning, the idea of eating like home fries with ketchup, it just like rolls my fucking stomach.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's got to be like a very particular time. See, like if I'm eating a burger and like the burger's good and I got like crispy French fries, I might throw a little ketchup on it, but like not a huge ketchup guy.
Nope.
I might have to trail you on that one and go barbecue sauce. I mean, it's gonna get sticky, but I mean, you're being covered.
You're covered in condiments.
Yeah, nothing is gonna not be sticky.
Yeah, it's gonna be gross. Period.
Unless does olive oil count as a condiment?
No.
I don't think so.
No, it's very rare that you're eating like olive oil on the side.
Yeah, unless you're Matt back in the day taking shots of olive oil to get to his like fat for the day. So he used to eat like a fucking idiot. He would live like that summer he lived on our couch. He would have to get like, like straightforward like RP diet stuff where they give you like your macros.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, I got so much fat left that I have to eat today. He goes, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do it. He goes, I think I'm just going to start taking shots of olive oil. And that's what he would do. He would take shots of olive oil. I think Derek might have said it like as a joke one day. And then he actually started doing it. Like he might have been like, oh man, I still have like whatever, like 30 grams of fat left I have to get. And Derek's like, oh, why don't you just drink olive oil or something? Like he said it like as a joke. And then I think Matt just ran with it and was like, oh yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, good idea.
And then he's cooking rice in a skillet at fucking 1 o'clock in the morning and setting off the fire alarm. A fucking dumbass.
You can cook rice in the skillet.
He can't.
No, he can't.
He can't. And then we came out and we're like, what the fuck is going on? He goes, what? His defense was, well, that's what the picture is on the box. It's in a skillet. We're like, use a fucking saucepan or something. Dumbass.
Just buy the stuff that you just microwave in the package.
Yeah. I got another gripe as far as doctors go recently. So I went to the doctor like probably about a month ago because I have to get a fucking special driver's license for work, whatever. So I had to get cleared, whatever. But every year I go, I get blood work done, and I've been going to this doctor for 2 or 3 years now, and he left to go start his own practice in Rhode Island somewhere. So I go in now, and I have a new doctor. I just needed to get in to see this guy because I needed to get cleared to get this fucking special license. So before I was going to a DO, doctor of osteopathic medicine, it's a little bit more of like a holistic approach, whatever. And then this new guy is an MD, so he's just kind of a fucking nerd. So I go in, I talk to him. He fills out the form that I need to submit to the RMV. And I ask, I go, oh yeah, so my last doctor, whatever, we always did blood work just to like check on some stuff. Like, I just want to know, where I'm at, things like that. And he goes, okay, yeah, let me just pull it up. And he goes, why did he order all of this? And I go, because I asked for it. And he's like, well, I don't think you need that. You don't need that for all of that stuff because I get like my testosterone and all that, like my TSH and like so thyroid hormones and all. I get a full comprehensive blood panel. And he goes, you don't need that. You're 28. And I go, well, I want it. You go, it's not coming out of your fucking pocket. My insurance is paying for it.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. Like, just give it to me.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, yeah, okay, fine, whatever, I'll do that. So he goes and he does the whole thing, and then, so I get my blood work back. So it comes back, everything is good. My testosterone is lower than it's been in the
It's still through the roof.
No, but I also was at this doctor's appointment at like 11:30 in the morning, so it was probably about 11:45 when I got it done. My total testosterone was 771. So the healthy range is between 250 and 1150. The first time I got it done, I was at like 1050. I was like 100 milligrams per deciliter lower than like the upper limit, like 2 or 3 years ago when I thought that I had low T. Turns out I had high T. And then the next time I got it done, I think I was at like 870. And so this time, granted, it was almost noon, so it does dip a little bit, but it was like 771. But even still, I would imagine first thing in the morning is probably around 850. I can't imagine it fluctuates a ton during the day. So my testosterone's good, whatever, it's in the middle, upper. However, my cholesterol was a touch high. So you're supposed to be so total cholesterol is supposed to be under 200 milligrams per deciliter. My total cholesterol was 216. So a touch high, but like nothing crazy. Like nothing to be like, oh my God, your cholesterol is super high, like you're gonna die. Which, not to like bore everyone out there listening, but just having high cholesterol isn't enough to fucking kill you. Like, you have to, there are some other factors out there that lead to heart disease. Like you also have to have a high sugar, carbohydrate diet, which again, we don't have to go down that rabbit hole, but just having high cholesterol is not enough to fucking kill you. There has to be a mechanism to cause the fucking plaque to grow in your fucking arteries. So I get a phone call for 3 consecutive days from my doctor's office, and I do not answer because I know what it's going to be. And it was starting the day after I got my blood work back. Everything else, perfect. That was a touch high. 216, supposed to be less than 200, so 16 points higher. And I know all they wanted to do was call and say, well, your cholesterol's high. We should probably get you back in here to discuss our options. Why? Why?
Nope.
No, you go fuck yourself. Like you told me, buddy, I'm 28 years old. What are you gonna do, put me on Lipitor? Why? So you can get fucking paid? Because the fucking drug companies pay you for peddling their fucking drugs?
No, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, no, get fucking pound sand, buddy. Put me on fucking shit. I just, hey, guess what? Guess what I haven't been doing? Exercising. Like, guess what I have been doing? Eating like a fucking dickhead. Well, you put those 2 things together.
Solved it.
And there you go. So, whatever. all you got to do is just exercise a little bit more and be a little bit more conscious about what you're eating, and then all of a sudden you're good. You don't need fucking drugs to change that shit, especially when you're 16 points over where you're supposed to be. So that's one part of this. So we have a friend, we have a mutual friend that can remain nameless for this show purposes, but he was worried that he was experiencing low T, like actual low testosterone.
Okay.
So he goes to the doctor. He specifically asked the doctor for a blood test to just test his testosterone. So like I said before, your quote unquote normal levels is 250 to 1150 milligrams per deciliter. With the unit doesn't matter. But 250 to 1150. Now, 250 is pretty fucking low. Like 250 is very low. The fact that that's the low number in that scale probably only accounts as quote unquote normal because guys in their like 60s and 70s are probably around there.
Yeah.
So I don't like that there's no normal ranges per age group.
There isn't one?
No. Well, there might be,
Someone has to
but doctors don't follow.
Yeah, doctors don't use
Doctors use that.
The global
Because doctors know everything. Because doctors are the greatest people and the smartest people in the world.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm about to tell you something else. So his first test comes back. He's below 250.
Yes.
Doctor says, okay, well, we're going to have you come in and test again. He says, okay. I think maybe like a couple days later, a couple days to a week later, he goes in for his second test. He's below 250 again. Doctor says, okay, we're going to test you one more time.
What the fuck?
Goes in for the third test. On his third blood test, again, a couple days to a week later, his number comes back, 264. He's 14 points above the 250 mark. Doctor says, nope, we can't prescribe you testosterone. So he's 30 years old, and he has the testosterone of theoretically probably a 70-something to 80-something-year-old. If you're down around 250, the doctor says, one test, you're below. Now let's test you again. Second test, you're below. You know what? Let's test you a third time. Third test, 14 points above the absolute bottom ass fucking limit. No, we can't prescribe you anything. You're above the lower limit. Meanwhile, my fucking dumbass doctor, I go 16 points above cholesterol, and all he wants to do is put me on drugs on one test. There was no ask for a second test. You know what? Your cholesterol is pretty high. Let's get you back in for another blood test. Let's see where your cholesterol is in like a week or two. No, none of that. So you're gonna tell me that doctors are the greatest people in the world and they're so smart and they know everything? And how could they be paid by drug companies to peddle their drugs? Well, that's fucking how right there. Because guess what? There's no testosterone companies that pay fucking doctors because there's such a stigma around getting testosterone as a male because of fucking steroids and sports that no one wants to give out testosterone. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
I would love to go on testosterone.
Me too. It was great when I did it before.
I would.
Granted, I guess I don't need it, but
I would love to go on.
but my fucking lord, it was amazing.
Well, that's what I got. So it's like I don't go to the doctor, but
Yeah.
I would be interested to find out, you know, where my testosterone levels are. Because if
Yeah.
you like, I mean, obviously, like the symptoms of low testosterone, I can start checking those boxes.
Yeah.
But they're very general.
Right.
So, I don't know, but that would be great to just be like all gassed up as prescribed by a doctor.
Yeah. So
And I'm sure someone's gonna be like, "Oh, what are the side effects?" I don't give a fuck. I really don't fucking care.
there are no real side effects if you do it right. And that's all that is TRT. That's testosterone replacement therapy. So the normal range, like I said, is between 250 and 1150. If you're low and you're at 250 or below, and you start taking exogenous testosterone, but you get your levels up to like 1100, even if you get up to 1400, a little bit above that, you're gonna be fine. The real issues that start to come into play is when you are 23 years old and your testosterone is probably already around 1200. It's probably already above the quote unquote normal.
Yeah.
And then you start taking more. So then your endogenous testosterone becomes 3,000 milligrams per deciliter. So you're like 3 times the upper normal limit. Well, that's when you start to get into some problems. But if you're in testosterone replacement therapy and your numbers are still within the quote-unquote normal range, you could be on testosterone forever. You could be on testosterone for fucking 40 years and nothing bad is going to happen. It's like any other drug. There are people that take cocaine every fucking day for years and years and years and years. They don't abuse it and they don't die. But then you have one dickhead who thinks he's Scarface and puts his whole head in a pile of cocaine and he dies. You know what I mean? It's just like any other drug. You can take testosterone in low levels to bring your levels into quote unquote normal or upper normal and be fine. There's no issues. Well, but you're not a doctor. You don't know that. No, I do know that, motherfucker. I do know that because we have plenty of examples of that.
It's just math.
Yeah, and also I understand how the body works. Like we fucking studied the body for 6 years. Like we know how it fucking works. I took an endocrinology class in my master's program when I didn't have to because I just fucking enjoyed it.
Nerd.
Like I get it. Like I understand how it works. Like I'm not a fucking endocrinologist, obviously, but like I know enough to get by. I know more than the average fucking person.
Yeah, you know more than I do.
So it's like, and then like I said, we have examples of this. Look at Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold's probably a bad example, but I think he curbed everything that once he, stopped bodybuilding. But Stallone, he's been on fucking gas for probably 40 years. The guy's like 80 years old. You know what I mean? But he never looked like Arnold. He never looked like Lou Ferrigno. So he wasn't like crazy fucking high, and because he was training pretty hard. He looked good in the Rocky movies.
Yeah.
He's always looked good. And now he's fucking 80 years old and he looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
So it can be done. You just have to do it correctly.
Well, I just even know people, just like regular dudes, low testosterone. They've been on the what is it? Is it injections?
Yeah, well, it depends what your doctor gives you. You can get the cream. The cream is no good.
Yeah.
If you're out there listening, you ever get the doctor tries to give you the cream, don't do it, because it's whatever is in it is highly transdermal. So that's why they tell you, like, if you get cream, you're supposed to put it like under your armpits or like somewhere like that. So what happens? Why they tell you to do that is, like, say you lay down in bed and that shit gets on the bed, and then your significant other lays in those sheets also. That stuff can then it's very transdermal, which means it goes through skin. So it's like could be absorbed by a female and cause some really bad problems.
Yeah.
Because if the female's testosterone gets too high. So cream is no good. Especially like if you have kids and you have a wife or a girlfriend, whatever, like that's no good. You don't want the cream. Just get the fucking injections. And then you don't want to take pills either, because sometimes those are not so good for your liver.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just fucking stupid. The other thing too is like, oh, you take steroids, you're just gonna look like Arnold. Like, no, that's not how it happens.
You gotta work pretty fucking hard.
You have to work very fucking hard.
That's the biggest thing about...
You don't just take steroids and get big.
That's the biggest misconception of steroids.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything you can take that does anything significant without an incredible work ethic.
No. There is nothing. Nothing, at least nothing that's been created yet. The only thing that makes you better without actually working is EPO, because it increases your oxygen.
Oh yeah, but
carryability.
But
through the blood.
Cardiac benefits.
Right, yeah. Right. There's nothing that you can take
but the only
that
but,
you get
but
to
the funny
sit.
thing
You
is,
get
though,
to sit on the couch and get big muscles.
the only people
it doesn't happen.
But the only people who take EPO are endurance athletes, or
right.
Is EPO blood doping?
Yes.
So it's not even actually a thing; it's a process. Is that like blood out, spin it around, blood back in?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not even like it's not an injection. It's not a substance. It's a technique.
Yeah.
But and again, it's like, why the fuck would I like get into blood doping?
Right.
So I can ride my bike.
Yeah.
Faster. Or I can.
So I can walk on the golf course and not get winded. Like, I don't care. At most, I'm walking 250 yards.
It's not that much.
No. So
Yeah, that's the biggest misconception, and then people start thinking like protein supplements are steroids, and it's like, well, one, they're not.
no.
Two, you still have to do the work part.
Right. Your muscles don't just sit there and go, you know what? There's a lot of protein and testosterone around here. Let's get big.
No. They go,
No.
oh, there's a lot of protein in here. Let's piss it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and whatever we can't piss out, yeah, we'll just store it as fat.
yeah, it's no big deal. Whatever.
Oh, whatever. Fuck you.
Let's start wrapping this up.
We can wrap this up, but you're gonna go first.
All right. I got good news.
Good news.
Yeah.
Sure.
Supermarket Sweep is back. Saw a commercial for it the other day. I fucking loved that show when I was younger. I don't know what the appeal of the show was, but it was just a lot of fun to watch. I forget the guy that used to do it. I want to say Louis Anderson, but I don't think it was Louis Anderson.
Oh, I don't think it was.
But it was such a fun show. It's so stupid. Like at its base level, it's a very stupid show, but it was just a lot of fun for me to watch. And I don't know why I enjoyed it so much, but when I saw the commercial come on TV, I was like, you know what? I'm kind of excited to watch that show again.
Yeah, I wonder what made it. What? I don't know. Maybe it was just like the timer.
Yeah, or like watching people go to like the wrong aisles. You're like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
It's like you're going to like the paper goods aisle, getting fucking toilet paper and fucking paper towels, which I don't know, in Corona times probably more expensive. But like, how do you not just run right to the meat department in the deli and just load up on meat? That's so fucking expensive.
I also love how too when they used to like run to the meat department, they would get this like big fucking cup.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
or something.
yeah.
No one fucking buys
Or
that.
they get like a giant turkey when turkey's like $1 a pound.
Yeah. See, what you're gonna want to get is the ribeye.
Yeah. Get the porterhouse. Get the fucking steak
If
tips.
there's any fillet mignon,
Yeah,
you're gonna want
yeah.
that too.
All the fillet mignon you can fit. But like, I don't know. It was just I don't know why. Maybe because it's like it's a relatable show too. Because everyone goes to the grocery store, and like I don't know. I don't know what the appeal of the show is. But I'd be interested to know if anyone else out there also enjoys Supermarket Sweep or enjoyed.
I used to like it
Yeah.
when I was a kid.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, I've never heard anyone be like, Supermarket Sweep, that sucked. Like, it's always like, oh man, that was a cool show.
Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna turn around and be like, oh, that show sucked.
Yeah.
What?
So
No,
yeah,
you're
Supermarket Sweep is back, and I'm fucking pumped. You got a final thought?
Yeah, I do. So this week, California and Washington were added to the Massachusetts safe state list for travel. So,
LOL.
so my first thought is, wow, California and Washington, huh? That's awfully convenient. It's awfully convenient that those are, two very blue states.
Yep.
You know. Huh.
Wait, are you insinuating that coronavirus travel is influenced by politics and not actually what's safe?
California, huh?
Yeah.
Because fuck Washington, I don't care. I mean, Seattle's a fucking joke, but
Yeah.
I'm still okay. So you remember when Bugs Bunny grabbed the hacksaw and just cut Florida off of the U.S.?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can do that again, but he can also take the entire West Coast. Because I'm fucking good with the West Coast, right?
Yeah, I'm all set.
I'm I know Pebble Beach is one of the places that I really want to play golf, and I think I would like San Diego. I'm starting to really hesitate wanting to go
Yeah, San Diego's cool.
to the West Coast for anything.
San Diego is probably the only place I would ever go to now in California, but I've already been there. So if I never go again, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like at this point, I have no real desire to go anything further west than Arizona or Utah.
Yeah, I'm just like
I'm good.
I'm
Or
good.
Idaho. I'd like to go to Idaho someday.
Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah.
Play
Yeah.
golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought, wow, that's awfully convenient. California and Washington, huh?
Yep.
I'm surprised Oregon wasn't added to the list, honestly.
Yeah.
But then I start to think, I go, how? Like, how is California okay? Like, they're still in like incredible
yeah.
lockdown. It's like, I know I talked about the gym owner out there in LA County.
LA County. So LA County is in more of a lockdown than the rest of the state.
Yeah.
But the rest of the state still isn't good.
But we still can't go to Rhode Island.
Right.
So we can't travel to Rhode Island, which some people live 5 minutes from.
Yes.
Or some people share a backyard with.
Yeah.
Or a golf course where some of their holes are in Rhode Island.
Yep.
So we can't go there. That's not a safe state.
Nope.
But California is? You're telling me that I can go to fly to LA County where there is no businesses open and they're under extreme lockdown and no residents because it's so fucking bad. Theoretically.
Yeah.
But I can't go and drive to Rhode Island.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because there's too much
Tell me again.
coronavirus.
Tell me again how this is about keeping us safe.
Yep.
Tell me again about how this is stopping the spread.
Yep.
I can fly to fucking Washington and it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I can't drive to Rhode Island.
There's got to be some sort of
like the measure is like the amount of cases per whatever people. So I guess based on the fact that Rhode Island has no one living there, when they get 6 cases of coronavirus, that's a massive percentage.
right.
And California has billions of fucking people. No, obviously not, but like
Right, yeah.
there's millions and millions of people. Like
Yeah.
Rhode Island is million, California is millions, like many millions.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, obviously like the relative number is percentage wise, I guess it's okay. I don't know. I mean, whatever. But like,
There's also, I would be interested, now I might be getting a little conspiratorial here.
I've become like a full on almost, not like a conspiracy theorist. I'm not thinking, but like I just am so distrustful to everything.
yeah. Yeah. I don't trust fucking
And I have
anything.
trust issues anyway.
But I would be interested to look deeper into it and find out what sort of travel stuff is actually going on, or like what sort of like airline. So like JetBlue is a Boston-based company. Say like JetBlue also donates to Charlie Baker, and say JetBlue hasn't been able to fly to California for 6 months, and now it's a new quarter and they're allowed to donate more money, and then Charlie Baker gets a phone call that says, well, hey dickface, we're a pretty small airline and we're also Boston based. Would be kind of sucky if we didn't have enough money to donate to you this quarter because we can't fly to California or Seattle. Like stuff like that. Like it's those little kind of things
No.
that it's like, or like,
No, they're out there, dude.
What
They're
else?
out there to protect us, right?
like what else is Raytheon? Like Raytheon's big defensive contractor. Like if their employees haven't been able to travel to California, like if there's some sort of convention coming up maybe in like the San Jose, like
Theoretically, they should. That doesn't fit the travel ban because you can go for work.
yeah, okay, all right, but like it's little tiny things like that, or like I don't know, look at Joe Biden's travel schedule. Like, is he gonna fly from California to Massachusetts soon, or I don't know. Like, I don't know what the actual answer is. I'm just trying to think on a different level. I'm trying to think outside the box.
They're acting for us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
they're acting for us. They're
Yeah.
making decisions to keep us safe.
Yeah, they want us to go to LA. It's okay for us to go to LA.
Dude, do you hear what that asshole said?
No, I don't listen to that fucking dickhead.
A vaccine will not end this pandemic.
This is what's fucking happening. So all of these people, like I don't know, it's I kind of still am one of these people, but like I said, I already gave my broken man speech. But
I'm broken, dude.
I was saying this back in March and April, and fucking me and Dickie were fucking going at it. Because he was one of those, oh, just put your fucking mask on, guys.
Just wear a
damn mask. Well, if you want me to wear the mask, put the sign on the door that says you're not coming in without a mask. And they did. So there we go. I put it on. But I sat here in this fucking chair and I said, when does it end? Because they fucking came at us in April and said, we have to flatten the curve. We have to flatten the curve. We can't overwhelm the healthcare system. We can't do this. And I said, you know what? That sounds reasonable. I'll do that. What's this gonna last? 6, 8 weeks, most 10 weeks would be a fucking insanity. Well, that was April into May, in June, in July. All right, well, I think the curve's been flattened, guys, right? No, we gotta keep going. We're gonna move into phase 3. We move into phase 3 in July. All right, cool. We're in phase 3, part 1XB, section 7. All right, cool. Well, we're gonna move into the next phase in August, right? No, I'm actually gonna roll it back now. Second week of August. We're rolling back. I know we were in phase 3, part 2. We're going back.
5.
We're going back to phase 3, part 1. We're rolling it back.
Section C.
Things are bad again. Things are real bad again. Okay, all right. Well, curve still flattened. We still have less than a 3% positive rate in all the testing that we're doing. Yeah. The World Health Organization, that we all hate anyway, says that anything under 5% is pretty solid. Yeah. We all agree on that. Yeah. Massachusetts has been under 3% forever. Yeah. Cool. Has curve's been flattened? We can all go back? No. Things are still really bad.
No, we need to.
We need to wait till we get a vaccine. Bars can't open until we get a vaccine. All right, cool. All right, well, I guess there's nothing we can fucking do here. Go through August, September, October. Now we're in October. A vaccine will not end this. What the fuck are we doing now? This is exactly all the people that were being called out for being a dickhead, a piece of shit. Wear the damn mask. Back in fucking April, those were the people that said, watch out. Because you give them a little bit, you give them an inch, and they're going to take a fucking mile. Well, what did we do? We all were told that we needed to give a little bit. We needed to give an inch. And what did the fucking government do? They came in and they stole fucking 4 miles.
300 miles.
It's fucking insane. And now good luck trying to get this back. Good fucking luck. This is going to be insane. This is fucking insanity. And the entire, you know what the worst part about this is? The entire world is going to be on pause now. Because it's October 21st. And we're, 2.5 weeks away from the election?
Yep.
There is not one fucking thing that is going to happen, that is going to come out in the next 2.5. The whole world's going to be on pause. I know this. There's construction companies are laying people off left and right now. Like, there's no work because no one wants to do anything for the next month because no one wants to know what the outcome of the election is going to be. No one is willing to give any definitive answers on schools, whether or not schools can go back and, well, let's just wait and see. No one is doing anything. So for the next month, not one goddamn fucking thing is going to be done because no one is making any decisions until the election is going to happen. But yeah, these fucking people care about us. They care about our health and safety. And it has nothing to do with politics. Fuck you, it has everything to do with politics. Because no one, you look at the economy, look at the companies. The country is the fucking economy. The entire economy is on fucking pause right now until the election is over. But it has nothing to do with politics.
It has everything to do with politics.
Get the fuck out of here. Get off my fucking lawn with that bullshit. All of these fucking people. And Chris said it earlier at the fucking golf course. If they try and put us back into a lockdown, there's going to be a revolt. And I said, what's a revolt? Look, no one can revolt against the government.
I don't think anyone has the fucking balls.
But, something's got... Something... If they try and fucking roll this shit back again, something has to be done. There's no... I don't know, man. The more and more shit that this goes down, if this really becomes a problem and there's really shit that starts to happen and there's a legitimate job loss issue, fuck it, dude. I kind of want to just go to Texas. I want to say fuck everything and just go to Texas because Texas is doing great. Well, not I wouldn't say great, but out of all the states in the country, Texas is fucking crushing it right now.
Yeah.
Why? Because their economy's been open for the last 3 months. They're inviting all the fucking people everyone from California, you don't want to pay 62% of the income tax anymore? Because that just came out the other day.
I saw that.
Dan Crenshaw posted that with new taxes that people in California might be paying 62% as a tax rate. In all told taxes. Okay, fuck off. Let's go to Texas. There's no income tax. All right, great. I don't know, it seems like a great fucking place to me. If Massachusetts really starts going down the fucking tubes, I got nothing tying me. I obviously family's here, but the family only gets you so far. I need fucking money to survive. I can't turn around and be like, oh, hey family, do you guys want to pay me so I don't have to work or I can give up work? You know what I mean? No. I'm gonna go somewhere where I can make a fucking living.
Like, it's just...
And I'm not fucking questioned and told everything what to do, and you can't go out without a mask. We're doing this to save you. We're doing this to protect you. Oh, we can't do anything. We can't do anything without a vaccine. Oh, no. Well, even if we do get a vaccine, it's probably not going to change anything. Fuck. This is what fucking happens. This is what happens. This is why I hate fucking government, and this is why I hate fucking politics.
Yep.
Because this stupid fucking bullshit. Fuck. I need a drink.
Nice and early, too.
Yeah. Fucking Christ. Well, on that note, I need to go fucking, I don't know, I need to go for a walk.
May I recommend heroin?
But only a little bit, so I can do it and live for 40 years.
True.
I don't want to abuse it. That works for Mick Jagger. Well, I don't know, if you're still listening on YouTube, thank you. Click the fucking thumbs up button, because if you made it this far, you must really not fucking hate us. So the thumbs up button actually helps more people see it, so then maybe they hopefully don't hate it. So subscribe also, hit the thumbs up, tell everybody about the show. Thank you for listening where you're at. Again, tell more people to subscribe on whatever podcast streaming services you got. Leave us a review if you're on the iTunes store, because that helps too. So the more you guys do this, the more visible the show becomes. And then obviously that helps us in rankings and ratings, and then sponsors want to sponsor us and things like that. And we can keep doing this and maybe, make a little coin, but not just for us to make some money, but obviously we would just put it back into the show. Maybe eventually we get a real fucking actual camera, so I don't have to use my phone. Just little shit like that.
We tried a camera one time.
Yeah, we tried a camera, it didn't work. We tried to get a cheap camera, and it didn't work. So, it's little shit like that. Like, I'm not saying I want to get fucking paid to do this. I want to make a little bit of money so we can invest it back in the show.
Can I know we're at the end of it, so if anyone's still listening, they're going to love this.
Yeah.
Odo Beckham Jr. doesn't think COVID-19 is, quote, going to enter this body. It's a mutual respect.
That's awesome. We need to elect him to office.
Yeah.
He'd make some good political decisions. Better than fucking the dickheads that are in right now. Where was I? Yeah, thank you for listening, subscribing, all that shit. Tell everybody. If you're interested in the weekly NFL Sarcasm Speaks Pick'em, let us know. Hit us up. Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. Twitter is Sarcasm_Speaks. Facebook page is Sarcasm Speaks. We'll get you the info. We'll send you the link and give you the Venmo name to get in. And I think that's it. Thank you guys. We're coming up on 200 episodes too. I think this is 191. So
fuck.
Yeah, it's been a fucking fun ride so far. So
we should go to LA County for episode.
Yeah. Well, it's safe to go.
It's safe to go there.
We can do it right out in the middle of the street too, because no one's on the fucking streets, except for homeless people. So until next time, good night, everybody. I need more caffeine.